There's an old rule in geopolitics: external threats unite a nation. We call it the gravity of survival. When a wolf is at the door, the family stops fighting and grabs a weapon. But today, that rule is breaking. The world looked at October 7th and called it an intelligence failure by the Mossad. I disagree. It wasn't just a failure of intelligence. It was a failure of the state system itself. In Israel today, the internal centrifugal forces, the internal fighting, have become stronger than the gravity of survival. And if you think this is just a local Middle Eastern problem, you're missing the point. Israel is a high-speed preview of the United States, and perhaps a compressed version of China. This table shows the number of seats won by each political party in the 2022 elections. The right side represents the ruling coalition, and the left half represents the opposition. As we can see, the ruling coalition includes several religious right-wing parties and 2 ultra-Orthodox parties. On the other hand, the opposition on the left half includes liberals and military personnel. Another table shows which ethnic group each party's leader belongs to and where their roots lie. These ethnic groups can be classified into 4 groups. The first is the Sephardim, who originated from the southern kingdom of Judah and migrated to the Iberian Peninsula. The second is the Mizrahi, who similarly dispersed eastward. The third is the Ashkenazi, who spread mainly northward. Finally, there are the undefined Israelites, the so-called lost 10 tribes, who originated from the northern kingdom of Israel and disappeared from history. Please look at this table again after clarifying these definitions. Now, 2026 is an election year, and it's scheduled to be held this October. With this in mind, let's look at Israel as a country. While Israel undoubtedly has its own unique problems, we should also see challenges common to other countries. I see 5 fuses burning inside the Israeli state. Each one is enough to blow the system apart. First, the judicial decay. Law is no longer a shared rulebook. It's a weapon used by one tribe against another. When the military reserves begin to boycott service over court reforms, the shield of a nation is already cracked. Second, the demographic friction. The startup nation, the high-tech, secular engine, is being overwhelmed by the ideological nation. When the people who protect and fund the state no longer share a reality with those who dictate its religious direction, the social contract is void. Third, frontier overreach. When the extremist agenda of the periphery, the settlements, starts to hijack the strategic center, the nation loses its sense of proportion. Fourth, leadership ego. We see a leader prioritizing his own political survival over the strategic survival of the state. And fifth, sensory loss. When you are so obsessed with your internal domestic enemies, you become biologically incapable of sensing the wolf at the door. That is what happened on October 7th. Now look at America. The red versus blue divide isn't just a disagreement. It's a total loss of shared reality. Like Israel, the U.S. is seeing its judiciary weaponized and its demographics fractured. We are witnessing the birth of the ghost state. What is a ghost state? It's a country that still has the hardware of a superpower. The aircraft carriers, the nukes, the GDP, but it has lost its operating system. The software is corrupted. There is no unitary state anymore. Only warring tribes living under the same roof, using the national machinery to attack each other. Even the threat of a rising China or a chaotic Russia isn't enough to pull America back together. The internal centrifugal force is now the dominant physics of the 21st century. This isn't just a crisis of democracy. Look at China. Beneath the surface of total control, there is massive friction between the party's survival and the military's reality, between the need for digital surveillance and the need for economic rationality. Authoritarianism doesn't fix internal division, it just compresses it. And when compressed forces finally break, they don't just crack, they explode. No one is safe from the new physics of the ghost state. I'm often asked for a solution, but as an analyst, I have to be honest with you. There is no easy fix for a loss of gravity. We are entering an era where you cannot assume a nation state will act rationally or even act as one unit. For investors, for leaders, and for you, the strategy is no longer about stability. It's about managing the debris of a system that is tearing itself apart. In the 20th century, we were united by the fear of the other. In the 21st, we are consumed by the fear of each other. My question to you today is this. In your own country, is there any gravity left? Or are you already sleepwalking into the ghost state? I'm Kyubei. This is KIG. Let's look deeper next time.